should parents still rely on their children for support in their old age? Yes, because I say should still.
Yeah.
Because before, it wasn't a question.
Yeah.
Now, it is a question.
Yeah. It's something I think that one should think of. You know, as parents grow older, the roles are reversed in a way.
Yeah.
Right? You know, like they will say, at a particular time in life, you were the one who was a child, your parents were parenting you.
Yeah.
Later on, you as the child, which you still have strength and all of that, you would now
need to
parent your parents.
There are many people, whether they like it or not, their children will never be successful. Not because they offended anybody. Let's just say life happened.
Yeah.
So what should those kind of children do when it comes to their parents?
Again, if you want to think of it, there's pressure on
all sides.
On all sides. As that young person to that one, I see the country as it be now. So just imagine the Nigerian atmosphere at the moment.
It's not really a bad thing for any parent right now to be a little selfish. That instead of giving your children 100%, maybe you should do 70 and keep some 30
for yourself.
For yourself.
And your future.
But I'm thinking that even these children of these days, Okolo, don't you think that they are too entitled? Welcome to Say My Peace. Yes, my name is Omotuna Adeboale David, but you all call me Lolo One. And of course, we're going to bring sense to you, but I'm not going to bring it alone. My sweet brother is here.
Yeah, I'm here.
The fashionista himself. There's still, Bolo, you walked in today and I looked at you from top. I'm like,
hey.
What's going on? Why are you always so well put together?
I try.
But tell me, how do you dress yourself? Like every time you wake up, you just know what you want to wear?
Not really, but I think I have an eye for picking things together. You get that was something David taught me that.
Oh, your big brother.
Yeah, nice. And again, this is our work. You guys to represent.
But you know that I still think that a lot of men that are older men, like maybe in their 40s now, they need to teach some other men how to just put things together. Nowadays, I see people just relegating themselves into this, rich uncle vibes.
Yeah.
They can't seem to rock casual.
Yeah. I think it's a mindset thing for most men, especially because responsibilities. Like I say to a number of my friends who are my age mates, I can see it. That most of they're already retiring somehow.
Yeah.
They are accepting their responsibility to say, okay, this is how I just look, big stomach, not dressing, not putting any more effort into. And I'm like, no.
You can't do that.
Again, for you have to have like a personal idea of how you want to look while you grow older. For me, I want to be 60 and still hot.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. All right, now that my brother has hit on that 60, welcome. Ogwala is, of course.
Thank you very much. We are here. You're looking beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Colorful.
Yeah,
like say no get problem.
My brother. Let them not see what is going on under. All right, welcome to the show today. I was just going to go straight into what we have. Recently, a story caught my attention some time ago where a mother came out to talk about, a lot of people have talked about it on social media. We just want to explore this topic of, should parents still rely on their children for support in their old age? Yes, because I say should still.
Yeah.
Because before, it wasn't a question.
Yeah.
Now, it is a question.
Yeah.
Because a lot of things have changed around. It was just a peculiar story that this woman said her daughter she's a single mom, and she had taken care of her daughter from the time she was born. She's working, that sometimes she would need money. She's still injecting a lot of cash into her life. She wants to travel. Mommy, please, I'm going to Argentina. I need half ticket. She will still give her money. Yeah. Mommy, I need. And one day she just said, at least I thank God that I've invested well here so that in my old age I can relax. And the daughter would turn around and tell her mom that, Mom, I hope you are not deluding yourself. That I hope you are setting out something for yourself for your old age. When I read the story, Ogbi, the woman said she's shocked. And that it made her have a rethink. That, this child I'm pouring everything into, is it worth it? She just said, well, she's going to take a lot of things off the table because those things that she's using to give her a little bit of ease in her life are things that she probably should be setting aside for her own old age.
Yeah.
That if she relies on this child this way, only God knows the kind of responsibility, the kind of let down she'll have in her old age.
Yeah.
And that's what, we just thought about it and said, let's even discuss this issue. That should parents really, really, really rely on their children in their old age?
Times have changed. Times have changed, really. And before now, it was, in fact, is it biblical? I think it's...
Let's just say we've always
had
something
that,
has always
right?
been.
You get, but again, and it served for me though. For me, I think it served its time, and it's a responsibility. Naturally, it's something I think that one should think of. As parents grow older, the roles are reversed in a way.
Yeah.
Right. Like they will say, at a particular time in life, you were the one who was a child. Your parents were parenting you. Yeah. Later on, you as the child, which you still have strength and all of that, you would now
need to parent
your parents. You become like more or less like their caregiver. You get, and that comes with certain things. You get, but times are changing. Responsibilities are more now. Yeah. The average human right now has some type of responsibilities on their neck. Your immediate family. And then the next thing, you also think of parents. You're also thinking of uncles. You're thinking of aunties. There are some who actually still depend on you too. So it's a lot of weight you get. It's a lot of weight on the average person.
If we're looking at it, because when you mentioned the Bible, but there's a scripture that I remember that said that a good man sets treasures for his children's children. That means that even as parents, if it's the Bible, you are still expected
to leave something for your children.
To leave something for your children.
But a lot of parents today too are saying, I'm not leaving anything for anybody.
I'm chopping it all.
So it's going both ways, literally.
I actually think that it's enlightenment and the new age that we're in that is making a lot of things become more visible. I remember in the early years where there was so much prostitution abroad, where you would see girls going to Italy like tomorrow, not day. And you will see boys too leaving to go and hustle because their parents have said things like, I have done my best for you. It's time for me to reap the fruit of my labor. And I know that a lot of people at that time went into so many illegal activities. Because unfortunately for them, December is always a terrible time, where boys come from abroad and everybody's child is trying to upstage the next person's child. And you will see a lot of people, I don't want to mention the side of the country because they will come for you and say, oh, do you think? And they know that I love people from that extraction. But you will see visible comparison where parents will literally tell you, they see this person. You not see the guy motor when he drives. You not see the house when he built for his parents. And this will now make children want to begin to hustle beyond their abilities to be able to provide those things for their parents. I saw it as a detriment. I saw it as negativity. Because now that I'm an adult myself, I see that life doesn't follow the same trajectory that you just think. There are many people, whether they like it or not, their children will never be successful. Not because they offended anybody. Let's just say life happened. So what should those kind of children do when it comes to their parents? So for me, I actually think it's a lot of wisdom for any parent in this generation to make sure that they are setting something aside for themselves in the old age. Because you never know the way your children will go. I remember a year I traveled, I saw this very old woman in the supermarket in one of those malls. She was walking with a walker and she was still pushing the cart where she did buy one or two. I said, ma'am, why are you here? She said, I don't know. I said, where are you kids? Do you have kids? So sure I did. Had about 6 kids. American woman. I said, where are they? I don't know. Everybody abandoned me. And I'm just by myself. I looked at the woman. I said, God. So She said she has not seen any of her children in like 10 years. And I had to think. It made me think that day that I think that it's not really a bad thing for any parent right now to be a little selfish. That instead of giving your children 100%, maybe you should do 70 and keep some 30
for yourself.
For yourself.
And your future.
But I'm thinking that even these children of these days, Okolo, don't you think that they are too entitled?
We have a different generation now. And again, it's also because, see, everybody has entered hustle mode. And we are getting a bit more selfish. It is entering different things. You can see marriages today, a lot of marriages today are even struggling. There are women who even, look, I don't want to make it a male-female thing, but there are people who don't want to even share.
Yeah.
Even inside marriage, say, no, my own is my own, your own is your own. Even so, it's affecting different things. People are becoming more and more and more selfish. So that is also showing even with parenting. Yes, a lot of the kids today have also become very entitled.
Yeah.
You know, now you born me, so it's your responsibility to take care of me.
Yeah.
When you are older, I mean, you are your responsibility basically. I can do what I will try to do, but I'm not going to die for you. I'm not going to die for you. Again, if you want to think of it, there's pressure on
all sides.
On all sides. As that young person to that one, I see the country as it be now. So just imagine the Nigerian atmosphere at the moment. You get. So I don't want to blame any side or whatever, but people are just trying to adjust to whatever it is that they are seeing now. But where me, I would really point this thing to is also, now we already have parents who are already older. There's a generation that is doing their best. Yankee, for example, that lady you're talking about, they have a system that works. There's old people's home. Sometimes, no, a friend of mine.
Anybody that puts their parents in old people's home, they get back.
A friend of mine, a friend of mine in US, that is where he kept his parents.
They get back.
You get, that's where he kept his parents. But at the same time, they also understand, like that's Oyibo woman you were talking about. They know that they born pikin to keep.
Yeah. I think that's why I wanted to go that in Africa, we have cultural expectations.
Yes, so that is it.
And it's prevalent in Africa, Asia, Middle Eastern cultures. Cultures that have family at its core.
Yeah.
A lot of us see it as like a moral duty to do for our parents. But I think that seeing it as a moral duty now is becoming something debatable.
Yes.
Because it's not everybody that is following the set of morals. When we were young, there was a way we revered our parents like gods.
Yeah.
Now our children don't see you like that.
Yeah. Because there's also a disconnect too.
That's what I'm saying, that they are disconnected from that cultural value that we raised them with.
Yeah.
In Africa, that's why I said in our introduction that we are now discussing it. Because before, it wasn't up to a debate.
Yes.
It was an expectation. But now, you can't hold everybody by the same moral compass you hold yourself.
Exactly.
Because you can raise a child, and the child hated you all through the years you were raising him. And he will plan for you in your old age that, man, in our own time, you say, oh, I don't like my father, but they're not born you well. Till you die, that papa go see the papa you.
And go feel, these days we have, society is teaching a lot today. And these things are affecting many things. Now you have parents who will say, society will say, you can sit down with your parents and tell them what you don't like about them. You can literally sit your parents down and be telling them that thing. Before,
how could
they not born you well to say you want to correct your papa for one?
I say we saw our parents as demigods.
Yeah, so that too is also coming into play. So now people get their own mouths. You are becoming your own person. So all of those things are coming into play. So now as a parent, now you don't have to worry about, okay, what has my relationship with my kids been like?
Exactly.
Was I just providing, but still being a terrible parent?
That's why I was even going to go reciprocity of care.
Yeah.
Because these days, I'm beginning to see children put the standard of care their parents put them to the standard of care they will give them.
To reciprocate, yes.
I see people that will say that, I know someone now that's saying, why would his mom be asking him for money? That when he was a child, that she left him with his grandmother, never looked back for years, that he had to practically grow up on his own, so that she can't wake up now and be asking him what his life is about.
Yeah.
So now the children are beginning to reciprocate the kind of life that the parents gave them.
Yeah.
To be thinking that, okay, what kind of life can I give you?
It's a relationship. Relationship. We spoke one time about parenting. Single parents and all of that, and we had that conversation. At our own time, it was different. Parents passed culture down. They were passing that tradition, those traditional beliefs. You see older people, you kneel down, you do all of that. So this generation, a lot of kids today,
they won't even greet you.
There's no call. You cannot see that thing.
Yeah.
You can't.
Sometimes I'll see my sons, because they are taller than me now, I will be slapping their back to greet their uncle. Greet this person. They will just sit down, just at mommy, must I greet them?
Yeah, so that exactly.
Is everybody my uncle?
Meanwhile, before, now everybody be your uncle, because they are all training you too, not just you and they,
Yeah.
But again, which also brings me to the average, because we know go fit talk this matter, we will also look into the effort that some parents who have also made, and probably should reap from, because if they don't depend on these people that they've also raised, which are their children in older age, that thing that they're supposed to also fall back to, a particular parent has worked for maybe 30 years at a particular company. Now you're supposed to have gratuity, pension, that should take you for the rest of your life, at least make you the money, so that you don't have to look at your children. But the companies in question now will not pay you your gratuity. You go see pensions, still collect. So many parents today, older people are dying.
Yeah.
They have pension. They keep going to worry this company, that company, this bank, that, for their pension, for their gratuity, and still don't see. My mother is a perfect example. Herself and her colleagues.
Yeah.
She worked in Nigeria Port Authority for years.
Yes.
Gave more than 30 years of her life to that thing. And at the end of the day, there's nothing today to show for it. Her friends have died and left their
when
pensions.
there's no social security system, that is what will make a lot of parents think of their children's security.
Yeah.
Just like you have given a classic example. Beji has worked.
Yeah.
She has done everything that she should in her young age.
Yeah.
But what can she do when the system that is supposed to support her?
Yeah.
Because his social security is there. They are getting their gratuity. Their pensions are there. Some of them will not even look at their children.
Yeah.
And those are the things that many people are saying that they should put stock in. That's why they gave years to that company to be able to have that access to that, their pension at the end of their lives, to be able to go by it. So that's why I keep telling people that with the evolution of time, we have to evolve too.
Yes. As a people.
You
can't. Yesterday's mentality may not work for today.
If your parents are working in civil service, you better be looking for other. I think children now should invest for their parents. That's even where I want to go.
Okay.
That children should begin to think of investment for their parents. It's either teach them investment now, or do some kind of investment to be able to shore them in their old age.
Yeah.
Because you can't expect a woman that has worked in Nigeria Port Authority. What other thing did you want her to go give? She gave her strength, her hard work, her tenacity, her youth to that job.
Yeah.
But the kind of pension scheme they ran for them cannot even sustain them. So any enlightened child now should either be teaching their parents new ways of investment. So that, mommy, I know you want to pay school fees. Mom, why don't you buy this thing? Keep it. Because I'm hearing people talk. Because now there's so many avenues that people can make money from. But our parents might not have the knowledge.
They would because
they
times
might not be in
different.
the circles to know that, I can buy foreign shares. I can buy this. But if you are really, really intentional as a child, and you know that your parents are viable, sometimes our parents don't know investment.
Because their time was different.
Yeah. They have money, but they don't know how to channel it. So what they just do is pour it on you.
Yeah.
Pour it on you.
It was about raising the children. That was it. It was about raising kids.
But now the things are the times are different. Sometimes I will look at my own children and I will wonder. And me, I'm parenting 4 children on my own. And many
4
of them,
adults, not be children again.
Yes, 3 of my children are uni now.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at them that, Lord, hey, I go look my Ara sometimes. I'll say, hey, when she talks, I go fear. Say, Hey, this old age, where they go so? I better know what I'm saying.
Make your own plans. So.
Make my own plans, though, because how about if, and now, look at this artificial migration. Many parents now are migrating their children to other climes.
Yeah.
So that means the cultural holds that these children and anchors that they have is going.
Yeah. Because they are taking out foreign mentality. Yeah.
So look at us. Look at Omugo system in Africa. Omugo system is still another, Igbo people call it Omugo, is another way of paying back your parents when you go to take care of your grandchildren, you know, when you are coming. There's a reciprocity to it.
Yeah.
But now, our children are marrying foreigners who don't know why your mother is in their house.
Yes.
Who doesn't understand why you're saying that, because he came to care for your child, you have to give them money. So you see how culture is beginning to be eroded.
Yes. Yeah.
So now that our children are married to foreigners, they don't even know so imagine talking to your child's wife that is a foreigner.
Who does not get that thing.
Parents are old, we have to build them a house. Be like, we're paying mortgage.
Yeah.
Why should I be building your parents' house? But in Africa, we will believe that when we have some money, you build your parents some accommodations so that they will not have to pay rent. In their old day, they'll find it easy. But in other clients, they are still paying mortgage.
Yeah.
So they don't even understand that. Why should I be building a house for you out of my own hard-earned money, and I'm still paying mortgage where I'm staying?
I've seen a video.
So you see discrepancies and differences.
In fact, I know a woman. I saw the video on IG. A lady that bounced her mother. Now Igbo. She bounced her mother from her house. Oh, like literally get out of my house.
Your wallet is too much.
Yeah, again, it's the culture difference. Like you were saying, that thing, and even the average young person today, when I mean young person, us, as we grow older, you have to start to think how your old age would look, how you would take care of yourself. And the things you'd also need to put in place to take care of yourself. Because as we talk parents' own, now so who says about the reason our own, because we are going to become those parents very soon.
Yes, so. At
old age, you'll be 70, you'll be 65, you'll be going towards 80.
My brother-in-law turned 60 in August. And I'll look at him and I'll look at his children. I'm like, hey, this thing is not easy. It's not easy. But the thing is, we have to continue to discuss these kinds of things.
Yeah.
To be able to allow people that no matter the age you are, please expose yourself to financial knowledge. In Africa, a lot of us we go to school, but we don't learn financial literacy. Financial literacy is a different thing from going to school.
Yeah.
Learning how to use money is another form of empowerment. Those were the things that maybe extremely rich people knew that a lot of people did not know. They just knew investment. They knew when they had this X Naira, they could put it here. And the X Naira became this, became that.
Yeah.
And over the years, it became something. I think we all need to start to address our minds to those kinds of things, or else it becomes a problem. And I think another reason why some parents will rely on their children, that the older they get, the more frail they become.
Yeah.
So they need to depend on you somehow.
No, that with
their fragility.
Yeah.
Sometimes, Shebi, grandma. I remember when my mom for maybe like 4 years before her death, she started living with me. And I know how she aged.
Under your nose.
Under my eye.
Under your eyes, yeah.
It's as if every time I go to work and I come back, I'll see a new gray hair. She's a bit stuttering here, staggering here, and a little bit of gait in the change in her movement.
That's where I am now.
Yeah. And I would look at her and I would appreciate how she used to be. When she had all the energy to go everywhere. Grandma would go to Ijebu every time. But this same woman now has become a little fragile.
Yeah.
So I think the children of today, they need to begin to see that where their parents are is not really their fault. Their aging is a natural consequence for every human. Yeah. If you are privileged to grow old.
Because it's a gift.
It's a gift.
It's a gift.
It's not everybody that will grow
it's old. A gift. People don't understand it.
I saw one experiment that they did in one university teaching hospital. They said all the nurses that were training, there's geriatric medicine. That's, I think, medicine for old people. All the nurses, they tied their back with some contraption. that will limit their movements.
Okay.
You know, they wanted them to experience how it is for those old women that they are walking behind and they want them to move fast.
Yeah.
They had to be holding them to climb the step. They had it on for a whole day. They said they wanted to do that experiment because sometimes young people always forget that there's one song that says, we now look at our parents like, what's wrong with you now?
Yeah.
Get going now. Yeah. Move now. But we forget that whether we like it or not, they need our help.
Yeah.
No matter how you want to say you have outgrown your parents. I knew there was a time that I'll have to hold my mom's hand to enter the car, to come down a stair, which she could do before. I know how long my mom would still climb the stairs gingerly, bringing me pap. I'll look at her and say, Mommy, why can't you just come? You have phone. You can just call me from downstairs. Yeah. But you know, they are set in their ways. Yeah. So I think young people too should have it at the back of their minds that they too will grow old.
What you were saying just now about, you know, being at that place with your mom is where I am now.
Yeah.
You know.
The average is growing old.
Yeah.
She's over 70 now.
She's 73 now.
Yeah.
You know, and recently I took her I've been taking her to the optician. You know, and she would come to my house, which she had not been doing. But now, because me say waka waka, you get. But now she lives closer and all that, so she can. And I just looked at her the last time she came. I literally just looked at her and said,
my mama don't old.
It hits.
Yes,
and I could just see that this is life.
Yeah,
she has shrunk.
Yes,
you know, inside that has, you know, shrunkeness. She's still dressing.
She's still,
you know, she's still sprightly. Yeah, you know. So, and you know, in the family, we really don't look our age or whatever. You know, so if you look and you know, go to she's get bored. I can see it.
See the old.
I can see it. So again, it's empathy. Most people in this generation too will lack empathy because everybody's set in their own way. That's still back to that selfish thing.
Selfishness.
That's okay. So at the end of the day, man, think of yourself. You will be that very soon. And what are you going to do when you get to that place? And at the same time too, a friend of mine, I have a friend too who says, my papa no send down.
I was just
the papa actually did what Papa supposed to do when he was younger, but he didn't have a connection with his dad because, of course, Papa is a bad guy. Now, when the father shows up, everybody runs away. It was that kind of father.
Yeah, but that was what we grew up with.
Military
but I can't lie that there are many downsides to it too sometimes, which might not favor our parents. Sometimes it's emotional stress on your children.
Yeah.
Because they are dealing with their own lives at present.
Yes. And it's different from your own time.
It's different from the time that you lived.
Yeah.
So sometimes I think our parents should understand that when they are still a bit strong. That I don't want to become a liability. Like me, I do not desire to be a liability for my children.
Yeah.
That I will become a source of stress
to them.
For them. And some of them, they can't help themselves. But have you ever had a parent that is sick or sickly? It's a lot of burden on the children.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you know, we all handle our emotions differently. Let's not lie. So sometimes you actually look at them and you be like, what is it now? Stay in your house. Don't come and give me advice. Just allow me. No. And another thing, they don't keep their unrealistic expectations to themselves. Even till my mom grew old, she just used to think there was a way I should do my things. And I'll have to put her in her place, say, no, mommy. This is what I want to wear. So this your clothes, is that there is no cold? Don't you think it's too short? How will people look? I say, Mommy, your time and my time is different.
Yeah.
And if parents know that time is going to come for them, I think that today's parents, let's even not say our own parents, because they are of another generation.
Definitely.
I think people from maybe my own generation, you have to start to think your retirement years.
Yeah.
Actively.
Yeah.
And that's why I even think that all these people that have, plans like pension plans, insurance, they need to be more proactive.
Yeah.
By pushing their products at pay. I can't remember the last time an insurance person came to me and said, hello, you should buy a life insurance, you should buy this
but most of those guys too become a problem too. There are people who are still, there are people who are still having issues.
Yes, but recently there was, in fact, just a few days ago, there's a new insurance they actually revamped some insurance laws to make it, a little easier for you to be able to access, to get your claims and all that. It was in that new insurance law. In fact, just this week, I remember I treated it on another platform. So, but now we need to see more of these people come out and talk about their product.
Yeah.
Imagine if any of these insurance company, you watch this podcast and you want to support us, we'll sit down with you and we will discuss plans, because many of them have so many products that people like you and I don't even know we can access.
Yeah.
That for 10 years, if I do this, I can get this. Many people want to do it.
Yeah.
I know that at least, when I turn 60, I will be able to access this 100 million.
Yeah.
I'll be able to access another 100 million from here.
Yeah.
And that can make you live your old age in
and
peace.
you're not looking at anybody for help.
So if you're an insurance company or you are, any of those people that have such products, you better, call us. Let's discuss this thing very well for you.
But please,
put your product out there.
At the same time, my own is, because there was a time I almost, which I may still do, I don't know yet. I almost called out my mother's former company because I have attended like several meetings with them. You need to see old people.
They died there asking for their pension. Forget.
So I think we need to hold companies responsible. Those ones who have refused to pay pensions, those ones who have refused to pay gratuities, we need to hold them responsible. Because this was the only thing. Imagine if
that's all they gave.
Now we even have more opportunities to make money.
Yeah.
Now we thank God for the social media age, for example, where you can make money from several sources. Unlike our parents' times, when this 9 to 5 you will do it.
Oh, Bolo, they did it with tenacity.
There are so many of them that actually planned for their old age.
Yeah.
So even this one with the talk of plan for your old age, they planned for their old age.
But they were messed up by their...
Yeah, that same plan, some other persons who were selfish and greedy, who were at the top of those companies, decided to eat people's money. And this goes to all of those people. No, it's not go too good for your own family too.
Yeah, but
because again,
some of these people that are eating it, they have eaten it so much that they've turned it to a delay. They will even eat it and leave the remaining in their mouths. It's their children that will come and remove the ones in their mouth to
at
eat
the expense of some other
at the expense
person.
of other people. It's really sad.
There was a meeting I went to, and I was sitting in the car. My mother went in for that meeting. I was younger then. I mean, she still had her car then, so I was the one who always drove her everywhere. And they walked in, and I was looking at, there was one older man that was coming in, and right there, before he could enter, Baba fell. And died. No, he didn't die, but he came alone. Yeah. Nobody was holding. Baba was shaking. He has been hustling for his gratuity for almost 10 years. So these are things, and I think we are too quiet.
Yes, about
so many of them are just getting away with it.
Yeah,
and older people are dying.
Civil service.
Yes, civil servants are.
Even companies should begin to think well and pay their people's pension. I know a lot of companies that still scheme and still some of the monies they are supposed to contribute. You know that pension, if you are working in a company, you are supposed to pay a percentage. Yeah. You are supposed to pay a percentage from your salary, while the company is supposed to add another percentage.
Yeah.
But many companies that I know, they will make sure that what they are, the paycheck that they are using to pay your pension is lower than what you really earn, so that they can pay your the contribution to the pension. They want to pay less.
Yeah.
Those are some of the ways that they use to circumvent people, that at the end of the day, their old age doesn't work well for them.
Yeah.
That you see a lot of people suffering.
Yeah.
And that's why these kind of topics are very important that we discuss it.
Yeah.
Because if people don't remember or put their minds to these kind of things, old age will creep on them, and it will come and they will not have any recourse for anything. All right. I want to say thank you so much for listening to our...
Yeah, let's hear from them.
Yes. Because I want to even know what your own... What are your parents' experience?
Yeah.
Or what do you think about this dependence on children in their old age.
Yeah.
Maybe within Marshall's point that you have,
Yeah.
you can, put it right under this podcast. Please share our podcast. If some of these topics you enjoy it, it comes from we're putting a lot of hard work into this. So please support us. You can repost, you can point people in our directions, follow, subscribe. Just do something that will help us to grow. All right.
All right, guys. So from me, as we wrap up, please, from the two sides, if you're a parent and you're watching this right now, who is still, you are still as a young parent, and please start to think of your own self as well. Put something aside for yourself. Life is changing. These kids, like we say, they born picking to keep.
Yeah.
You born picking, make the entire society. You understand? We are very cultured in this part of the world. So again, we still tend towards family. So of course, children have a responsibility one way or the other to take care of family. But take care of yourself too. Please put something aside for your own self. So that when it gets to that time, the world may be different at that point. In fact, Nigeria is going. If you go different later, and then one becomes a burden to their kids. In your own way, please plan for your own future as well.
Yeah.
And everything will be those children.
Yeah. And children, remember that this parent that you're looking at today, there was a time your mom was a young girl like you.
Hot,
agile, everything about her life was together.
Yeah.
And now that they are older, there's a consequence of life. So don't look at them as a burden. If you know that it's a likelihood that you might find it challenging, why don't you start to do something for them now that can show up their old age without any problems? If you can really, really afford it, why don't you build them in a little house somewhere that that you have taken the issue of rent off them for the rest of their lives. Those are things that they would appreciate. And giving them a stipend to live off. I don't think
you can place them on some salary.
Place them on some kind of salary. When they become old, their needs are minimal. It's either, if it's not medical, it's just day-to-day living.
And that medical bit.
If your parents are not even people that are sickly, it might not even be a lot. But they just need day-to-day feeding, eating balanced diet on a good day. And that's okay.
They need a lot of.
Which they need a lot of in that time. Please don't abandon your parents. Don't make them suffer just to teach them a lesson. All right. From me and Ogbi,
Yep.
we'll see you at the
Peace,
next time.
y'all.
Bye.